Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Joanie and I am a homeschool mom of 6 kids, ages 9 and under. And today I wanted to share with you guys my family curriculum choices. So if you're new here, we do several subjects together as a family since all of my kids are close in age. So we do Bible together, enrichment studies together, history, geography, science, art, music, things like that. Language arts, independent reading, all of that is separate and kids do on their own. But a good portion of our schooling is done together as a family. We're kind of like a little one-room schoolhouse, which is a lot of fun. And I wanted to share with you guys what we are using for our curriculum this year for the 2018-2019 school year. I cannot believe that it's already almost 2019, you guys. I mean, seriously, where's the time going, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you what we are using. So if you are a long-time reader of my blog, a long-time viewer of this YouTube channel, which is probably not a whole lot of you, but several years ago I did a couple of videos as I was trying to feel my way out with YouTube about this particular curriculum because I have used it for years, and that is My Father's World. We have used My Father's World Kindergarten, My Father's World First Grade, My Father's World Adventures, and now we are using My Father's World Exploring Countries and Cultures. And I actually had announced that I was going to use ECC last year. What ended up happening is we stretched Adventures out for 1.5 years, and then we ended up moving to a new state. I had my 6th child shortly before we moved, and then we moved to a new state. So I took the entire last semester and we just focused on our math and our language arts, reading aloud, doing some science unit studies, just pretty much doing whatever we wanted to do. I did not want to box myself in with a curriculum. And since then, I have found so much freedom in doing that I have kind of changed my approach to homeschooling. And while I am still using My Father's World Exploring Countries and Cultures, I am not going to be following it to a T. And that's one of the beauties of homeschooling is, you know what? This is a tool. This is something that I use to help my homeschool. I run the curriculum does not run me. And now that I feel like I have gotten my feet on the floor and I know kind of what I'm doing, I know my kids, I know their learning styles, I know my teaching styles, I am not afraid to think outside the box when it comes to using a box curriculum like this. Now, one of the things is this can be pretty pricey. This is especially if you buy the deluxe version right off of their website. What I do now is I buy used, and this was like brand new when I got it, but I paid a fraction of the price of what I would have paid if I bought it brand new. And I use Facebook groups, buy sell trade websites, things like that to find my curriculum like this. So that's how I was able to save money. And the person that had it didn't even use it. So I was able to get almost like a brand new curriculum for less than what I would have paid if I bought it directly from their website. Now, I still had to buy the student sheets and things like that from their website, but I still feel like I saved a lot and I'm comfortable with using it this year. What we are doing is we are using this for Bible, so we will be studying the book of Matthew this year, and we are using Hero Tales. So this is going to be in our morning basket for Bible, and this may be part of the Bible curriculum or it may be part of the geography curriculum. I'm not entirely sure, but God speaks Nimungung. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up to find out how to pronounce it. And let's see. I think there was one more thing. Oh, yes. Window on the World. So this is also going to be part of our Bible curriculum. When we pray, God works. and it's pretty interesting. See how people live in different countries, how we can pray for them, and things like that. So that is what we are doing for Bible. We will be memorizing verses from the book of Matthew, which is personally one of my favorite books in the Bible. And yeah, that's what we are doing for that. Now, I am not doing a history curriculum this year. We have done pretty well with history, I think, for the early grades. We did My Father's World first grade, and we learned all about the Old Testament and Old Testament history, and then we just did a huge study of early American history. So I'm comfortable just taking an entire year to focus on learning about the world, learning geography, learning different cultures, learning how different people live. I think that's an important thing that not everybody gets to experience in their education. I know growing up that we may have, when I was in public school, we may have touched on some geography concepts. We may have talked about different countries like during Christmas around the world, but I never went in depth and learned a lot about different cultures and different countries. So I kind of think this is an important thing, and as homeschoolers, we can take this time to learn about all of these different areas. So that's what I'm excited about. We will be using My Father's World for the countries and the cultures portion. I have several of the books here that we will be using. So we have Children's Atlas of God's World. I will most likely be using the geography curriculum as written, modifying for the ages of my children. This book is going to be kind of hard. My oldest is only 9, and I know that he's not going to be able to do everything in here, but we will start working on learning research together with this book. Let's see, I have A Trip Around the World. This is another trip around the world. Geography from A to Z. Maps and globes. I have an ultimate sticker book, Flags of the World, and a classroom atlas. I think that's all I pulled from ECC over here. So each of my children will have their own geography notebook where they will keep all of their geography student sheets, which I will do a separate video showing you how I organize all of this stuff, but here's my big curriculum binder with all of the student sheets before they are used, and then as the children complete them, we will add them to their own notebooks. I will also put their science pages and everything that we complete from that into that notebook. And later this week, I have a new video coming out about something that I am adding to this curriculum, and it is Beautiful Feet Books Around the World with Picture Books Part 1, which is a literature-based curriculum, and I think it will tie in perfectly with ECC and the different countries that we are going to be using. So the children will also be notebooking through this. So any notebooking pages that we complete from this curriculum will be put into their geography notebooks. So with the science that comes with My Father's World, I'm not 100% into it. So we are using properties of ecosystems and then the Living World Encyclopedia from Usborne. So the kids are going to be learning about different ecosystems, different biomes, different animals of the world, and that's fine. And I'm probably going to end up taking some things out or adding some things to those particular studies. Like I said, all of my kids are still pretty young, so I have added in, as My Father's World suggested, the complete book of animals, and then I have the Great Animal Search, And there is nature studying in the Beautiful Feet Books curriculum that sort of ties in with all of the different regions that we're going to be studying. We're going to be learning about different animals and such from each country. But I did want to add in some Good and the Beautiful study units. Now, if you've been paying attention to my channel, I love the Good and the Beautiful. So I couldn't leave out some of their science studies. So the first one that I want to show you is the safety unit. Now, I got this in PDF form from their website, and I just printed it myself. I still have to cut out the mini books. But this is all stuff that I think is really important, and I've been kind of racking my brain. Okay, when I was this age, I learned about fire safety. I learned about, you know, what to do if there's a tornado, what to do with storms and stuff. How am I going to teach this to my kids? And this safety unit covers it all. So we will be doing this one the first part of the year, and doing that along with the animals and the ecosystems and everything that we're doing. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it was very easy for me to just print this myself and keep it in a binder. The other thing that we're going to be doing is an interest-based unit study, because I have a little boy who is obsessed with insects. So we are doing the arthropods. This is the one that the Good and Beautiful sent me. I am so excited about it. I've already got the vocabulary cards cut out and some other things inserted here. I will end up doing a whole other video and blog post about this. I've got it all set up, and mini books are all ready. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna wait until next spring to do this, because the springtime is really a great time to start studying bugs, because they're all starting to come out. So I definitely want to do the insect lore butterfly. I actually have a video of when I did that a few years ago, of us releasing our butterflies. It's really cute. But my kids that were very young, are not born then, obviously don't have any experience or any memory of that. So I'm going to do that again, and we're going to do an ant farm and a lot of different fun things with that particular unit study. So that's what we are doing for science. Now, My Father's World comes with the global art book to do some different art projects, and we will probably do some art projects from here. It comes with We Sing Around the World, so we will definitely listen to the CD. I do want to talk about some enrichment stuff that I'm doing with the kids. I don't necessarily have something to show you, but I'll talk to you about it. So I do a nature study, which there are nature study topics included in the My Father's World Exploring Countries and Cultures. And like I said, we'll be getting into all of that with the Beautiful Feet books and stuff like that. So we do nature study, we do an artist study. I am following Ambleside Online's rotation for the artist study, the composer study, and possibly the poetry study. I'm not 100% sure. I may choose to do a different poet, but I will leave the links down below so you can see all of that. As far as folk songs, we're also going to be doing their folk song rotation, and I am using beautiful stories from Shakespeare, and we're going to be doing A Midsummer's Night Dream. And keep in mind, this is not stuff that's done all at once or even on one day. This is broken up throughout different terms, and a lot of this stuff is just introductory, such as the poet. We're just going to read about the poet. We're not really going to do any in-depth analysis or anything like that. We're just going to learn to appreciate different poetry, different artists, and different composers. So I will definitely have all of that information, most likely in a big comprehensive blog post if you're interested and you want to see what we're doing. But yeah, I'm excited about this year. This is the first year that I have started and not had a pregnancy. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but since my oldest started officially homeschooling, I've had a baby every single year, and you know, my children are my greatest blessing in the entire world, but pregnancy is not the easiest thing for me. I stay very sick, tired, and unmotivated. So I know that that has been reflected in some of the things that we have done with school. So I'm kind of excited to just be able to put my focus on homeschool this year, and I'm excited about all of that, and you know, learning about all of these different countries and cultures along with my kids. And yeah, I can't wait. If you want to see more homeschooling, and I've got homemaking videos, I will make those videos at some point. It is kind of difficult, but I have a lot in my brain that I want to do, and I hope that I can get those things done soon. If you would like to stick around and see those, just subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up and tell me, what are you using this year? I want to know. I love talking homeschool, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye.